guys are, I mean, a brand new band, so I kind of wanted to just ask you, like, where your roots are, how you started.
We was in a band before this one. We met before that band and then formed this band, and we've always been doing music from both being quite young, and that band didn't work out, and you know the other member went and got on with his life.
That was Dear Eskimo?
Yeah, Dear Eskimo, and we had a bit of a horrible time with that band. And so we didn't really intend on forming this band, in all honesty. We loved music and loved making it, but we didn't really set out to try and be successful or,
Right.
you know, for it to travel that far. We just thought, you know, nobody would want to work with us or hear our songs. So we wrote them for ourselves at Islington Mill to just play parties, like house parties for our friends. So we had like 3 songs, and each song was 10 minutes long, and we just used to get put parties on and put art up on the walls of the artists that were at the mill, and just play a few songs and invite other bands round and stuff.
How do you feel your creative process is different from Dear Eskimo? Because essentially it's the same 2 members without the DJ. How do you feel it's different now?
Well, the band Dear Eskimo was a studio band. It was based around recording, writing and recording more than performance. When that all went wrong, we got really down and had nowhere to go, and by throwing these parties, the way we formed this band unknowingly was by performing at these parties. We had like drum kit, we had some loops, and Kate used to bash a big drum, and then she picked up the guitar for the first time in about February last year. She'd never played the guitar before, so it was freedom because we weren't doing any gigs. It wasn't like no pressure, there was no promoter or anything. It was just our own space, and our friends having like loads of drinks and just letting go of frustration, because they're under the same sort of frustration as artists, like painting and stuff, trying to get their works out. We all used it as like a once a month kind of party. That's what it was.
Right.
So there was no, we didn't need to write and complete songs. We didn't have to fall into any criteria. We were just going on stage and doing something for everyone to. We DJ'd as well. You know, we were doing stuff like that. And then our mates would come up on stage and they'd have a few songs and they'd, I don't know, use our drum kit or do something like that.
You guys both write
Yeah.
together. So do you feel that that's more natural, or do you guys sometimes have difficulties like deciding on what's good, what's not?
I don't think I could write with anybody else apart from Jules, to be honest. Yeah. I mean, we both pretty. There's only been 2 of us in the band, and we both got obsessed with like Tom Tom Club and Talking Heads and stuff, and we both, you know, wanted the same thing. I think the same sound, and just to have that like that feel good. It's quite a frustrated album, but it's quite deceiving because it's quite feel good as well, and I think it's because we both just wanted that instant fix of, you know, just trying to let all your stress go for a few hours while you got lost in it. This time, without knowing it, we was very impatient in the studio, and we would delete a song within 2 hours. It wasn't making us feel good. It was really ruthless. I mean, I don't know if you songwrite, but it's normally we'd find it quite hard to just disregard a song, but we did. We was like, nope, we don't feel good. Erase it and don't think about it again. And so maybe that gives the sort of instant sound to the album.
Let's talk more about your live performances, because I know you have a sort of like, it's a very unique electronic percussion synthesis that I think the both of you would agree lends itself to like improvisation in your sets, if you want to elaborate more on that.
I mean, that came about, we use loop pedals. The way we work it is I've got about 5 pedals around my kit. Katie's got about 2 on the floor in front of her, and we have like 2, 4, 8 bar loops on these pedals, and they kind of layer. So it's a system called an RC50 basically, and I hotwired 2 of them together, give me more memory space and more facilities. So you can, you know, we start guitar and drums, we start vocals, and then I can just bring in kind of like a synthy sound or wash sound, whatever, and we can just keep building up the layers. The art of it is timing, because obviously we don't have any code, any playback or anything like that, so we just know the songs that well that we just start without any of the loops that we use, and then when we bring them in, they're really close, and we just whack them in, and then we just play to those sometimes or without them. So, but a lot of things go wrong, because with the lights on stage and all these pedals on floor, sometimes we hit the wrong pedal, sometimes we miss the pedal, sometimes they turn off, and it's all that kind of thing that made the show right at the very beginning, because rather than having everything right, when we missed a pedal, it would just be down to, sometimes Katie's not even playing guitar, she's playing this massive bass drum. Sometimes you've just got drums and vocals, and I think that's what's made the whole show work, because those mistakes we made earlier on.
How are you dealing with this incredible success? I mean, over the last year, you guys have gotten exponentially bigger and bigger. Do you feel more pressure now than when you were just playing for friends, or are you enjoying it?
It's weird. I mean, you know, because we'd been in a band before, and you know, we'd seen a little bit of the music industry side, and we didn't particularly like it, but we met some really lovely people this time, like our A&R guy, who's a guy called Mike Pickering, who's a famous Hacienda DJ from Manchester, and he was in a band called M People, and he knew what it was like to be in a band, because he was in one for many years. And I just think that it is a bit of a head fuck, but we sort of know, because of our past experiences, that a lot of it's, you know, bullshitty in a way. And you just, as long as you're just doing good shows and you really, you know, getting on with whoever's come to watch you, and you're feeling really inspired and creative making your album, I think the rest doesn't really matter, does it? Hopefully. I hope that's the case, because that would be nice if that was the case.
I'm so easily out for me.